Good morning, students. Last week we learned Geography Unit 2 Landforms. We have completed till mountain or valley glacier, that is circuit. Till that we saw the landforms. We had introduction about the landforms and some learning objectives, and then I gave introduction of that lesson. Below that we learnt about what are the landforms and about the river. Then we saw about the V-shaped valleys and about the Kutralam, how this Kutralam waterfalls is coming, from where it comes and how it exists. And then Plug pool we learnt from where this pool was formed. And then about the meander, what is the meander. And then about the Oxbow Lake, how this Oxbow Lake are formed from the meander. And then about the leaves, that is Leaves, leaves lands are formed. And then we saw about the distributaries of this Oxbow Lake and meanders. And then we saw about the deltas, how these deltas are formed, how the deltas are distributed to other places. And about the glacier, what is glacier? The moving, the large body of the ice moving slowly down the slopes or valley. We saw that in last class about the glacier. And about the continental glacier in detail we saw. And then mountain or valley glacier we saw. And then we saw about the circuit. Now we will see the what is this. After the circuit there is an ice that is melting. As the ice melts, they get filled up in the circuit with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. You can see in the picture there is a mountain. In the gap it is filled with the melted ice, and this is called the Tarn Lake, Tarn, Tarn Lake. When the two adjacent circuits erode towards each other, the previously rounded landscape is transformed into a narrow, rocky, steep-sided ridge called Artes. This is Artes. You can see that two edges. Okay, children, the previously rounded landscape is transformed into the narrow, rocky, steep. You can see in the picture clearly. It is a rocky, steep sided ridge called Artes. Now we are going to see the U-shaped valley. Already we saw about the V-shaped valley. Now we can see in the picture clearly it is a U-shaped valley is formed beneath the glaciers, which deepened and widened by the lateral and vertical erosion. The material carried by the glacier, such as rocks, big and small sand, and such as rocks, silt, get deposited. These deposition form the glacial moraine. This is the glacier moraine. In the U-shaped valley, beneath that we see the materials. From that U-shaped valley, the materials are carried by the glacier, such as rocks, big and small, sand and silt get deposited. These deposits form the glacial moraine. Now we see about the mushroom rock. This is the mushroom rock. The shape itself look like a mushroom. Have you ever visited a desert? Try to collect some pictures of sand dunes. An active agent of erosion and deposition in the deserts is wind. In deserts you can see rocks in the shape of mountain, commonly called as mushroom rocks. In the desert you can see this rocks like a mushroom. This is called the mushroom rocks. Now we see here a Inselbergs. What is an Inselbergs? Winds erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. Therefore, such rocks have narrower base and wider top. An isolated residual hill standing like a pillar with rounded tops are called iselberg. Example is the Kalahari Desert of South Africa. When the wind blows, when the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another. When it stops blowing, the sand falls and get deposited in low hill like structures. These are called sand dunes. The crescent shaped sand dunes are called barhans. When the grains of sand are very fine and light, the wind can carry it over very long distances. When such sand is deposited in a large areas, it is called loess. Large deposits of loess are found in China. Coast. Apart from the land, adjoining or near the sea is called the sea coast. The boundary of the coast where land meets water is called the coastline. The coastal areas are subject to charge due to wave erosion and wave deposition. The erosion and deposition of the sea waves give rise to coastal landforms. Sea cliff or steep rock faces formed when the sea waves dash against them. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks. Cracks develop over time. They become larger and wider, thus hollow and like caves. Before this we saw the cliff that against when the sea waves dashes against them, the sea waves continuously strike at the rocks and cracks are developed. Then after that, over times they became larger and wider, thus hollow like a cave or formed on the rocks. They are called sea caves. As the cavities of sea caves become bigger and bigger, only the roof of the caves remains, thus forming sea arches. Further erosion breaks on the roof and only walls are left. Those wall-like features are called stalks. The sea waves deposit dead sediments of rocks and the gravel along the seashore, forming beaches. Sandbars is an elongated deposition of sand or mud found in the sea, almost parallel to the coast. The first longest beach in the world is the Miami Beach in South Florida in USA. The second longest beach in the world is the Marina Beach in Chennai. Then we see the lagoon. It is a shallow stretch of water particles or completely separated from the sea. Example, Silka Lake in Odisha, Pulicat Lake in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, and Vembanad Lake in Kerala are the famous lagoons in India. Yes, children. Today we saw about the circuit. After the circuit, the L shape, how the ice melts and formed in the mountain, and it is in the picture you can see clearly the circuit mountain, the water bodies are formed. Then the U-shaped, we saw about the U-shaped valley, and then about the mushroom rock we saw, then Eiselberg, Borgans, Lewis, and then we saw the sea caves. Then now the sea cliffs and sea caves are formed, and then we saw about the beaches and sandbars, and at last we saw about the beaches, the first longest beach and the second longest beach, and then at last we saw about the lagoons. Now let us see in short about the summary of this lesson. The landscape is being continuously worn away by weathering and erosion. River, glacier, wind and sea waves are the major agents of exogenic forces. From its source to its mouth, the river is constantly reshaping the land and giving rise to different landforms. The river begins to break up into a number of streams called distributaries. Deltas are excellent productive lands which have more minerals. Glacier is large body of ice moving slowly down a slope due to gravity. Moraines are glacial deposition. Wind is the active agent of erosion and deposition in desert. The sea waves deposit sediments of sand and gravel along the shores, forming beaches. This is all about the summary of this lesson, children. Now we will have the hard words of this lesson. Landforms: endogenic, exogenic, gradation, tributary, Niagara Falls, distributaries, sediments, continental, meanders and inselbergs. These are the 10 hard words, children. As these lessons are completed, I will be sending you the PDF of this lesson. You can start writing the hard words and only the short answers. I think you all would have understand the lesson. Just you can see the lesson how I taught you. If you have any doubt, you can clear in the group. Thank you, students.